Hi y'all, this is Legend Tales Episode 14 with your host, the legend, Gabe Gore. And I am back for another exciting week in college and hear a little bit about high school basketball, the Oil Center Classic that took place Thursday, Friday, and Saturday up here last week. The Lady boys won. Dominating fashion, beat Turpin. And Shattuck Gulls won as well, beating Balco in a little bit of a more exciting game. So now we're going to go on to talk about OU basketball and their loss earlier this week against K-State. They were ranked 20th, but they ended up losing. It was a fairly good game. They lost 61-74. They're now 13-4, 2-3 in the Big 12. They committed to 16 turnovers, and that included 19 from James. He had a season-high 17 points, who became the 45th Sooner to score 1,000 career points. They just got outplayed to K-State. There's nothing else to say around it. I don't really know what else to say other than they took an L, and they will have to bounce back from that L and hopefully get a win the next time out. So now we're going to go on and talk a little bit about OSU basketball, as last night they hosted walk-on tryouts because their coach Boynton released 3 players in a statement saying that they was no longer part of the team, they would no longer be part of the school, they would no longer be part of the playing court, not seeing any more playing time. They had already lost one player who was a grad transfer. He wanted to be released from the program. We think, supposedly I've heard, due to his playing time, these players got released because they brung a BB gun to school and started shooting at vehicles. That's what I heard it was, so anyway, that's that story. Like I said earlier, they was hosting tryouts last night. They only now have 9 players, and they have Luke Major is a walk-on, while junior Trey Weaves is a formal walk-on. He's the only one now that has the scholarship. So we're going to talk here a little bit about their recruiting class. They have a couple kids coming in next year, 2 from Tulsa. Anderson and Watson as well. Here's a game that I kind of wanted to talk about. They got beat on office night this past week. Couldn't quite well figure out how to guard a kid from Baylor who scored a career high and season high, 29 points. Baylor is 10-6 and 2-2 in the Big 12. They just shot better from the field. So anyway, there's some talk about OSU basketball. Now we're gonna talk about Duke basketball. They got beat to Syracuse 95-91 this past Monday to fall to 3-1 in the ACC. They are currently second in the ACC. Record overall is 14-2, and they play Virginia tomorrow, 5 o'clock ESPN, and they're going to be without their leading point guard, Trey Jones, who suffered a shoulder injury. They got some good news back, though, as their coach, Krzyzewski, said he was not going to miss that much time. But, like I said earlier, he is very doubtful to play, which probably means he's not going to play. So there's that talk. Now we're going to talk a little bit about Big 12 women's basketball. Texas is ranked 11th. They're 14-3, 4-1 in conference. Iowa State is ranked 18th, 3-2, 13-4 overall. West Virginia's 3-2, 12-4. OSU is 2-2, 11-4. TCU's 2-3, 12-4. K-State's 2-3, 11-6. Kansas Jayhawks are 1-3, 11-4. Oklahoma Sooners are 1-3, 5-10 overall in the Big 12, and Texas Tech is 1-4 in the Big 12 and 10-6 overall. Now we're gonna run down a little bit about the men's college basketball rankings. Duke is now 14-2, still ranked 1. Take on Virginia tomorrow at home. Michigan's ranked 2, 17-0. Tennessee 3, 14-0. Or 14-1, excuse me. Virginia is 15-0 and ranked 4th. Gonzaga is 16-2 and ranked 5th. Michigan State is 15-2 and ranked 6th. Well, Gonzaga is now 17-2 after their game last night. Michigan State 16-2. Kansas is 14-2. Texas Tech's 15-2 and ranked 8th. Kansas is ranked 7th. Virginia Tech is ranked 9th, 14-2 now. Nevada is 16-1 and ranked 10th. Florida State is 13-3 and ranked 11th. Kentucky is 12th, 12-3. North Carolina is 13th, 12-4. Auburn is ranked 14th, 12-3. Marquette is 15th, 14-3. Buffalo is 16th. And 15-1 is their overall record. NC State's 14-2, ranked 17th. Ole Miss is 13-2 and ranked 18th, which that's kind of a surprise to me. That's a surprise team this year that's doing very good with first-year head coach Kermit Davis. Maryland, who's another surprise to me, is ranked 19th at 14-3, and then my Sooners, like I talked about earlier, they're 20th. They come in now at 13-4. Houston with Kelvin Sampson got a very good club squad down there. Is 21st at 16-1. Villanova is back in the rankings after there for a little while, being in the rankings, dropping out, and then getting back in here. Led by head coach Jay Wright, is 13-4. Iowa is 14-3. Mississippi State is 12-3, and Indiana is 12-4. So there is the AP Top 25 college poll, and I'll go down the coaches poll here for you people out there that's going to be listening. Virginia won in the college poll, coaches poll, excuse me, my bad. Duke's 2, Tennessee's 3, Michigan's 4, Gonzaga 5, Michigan State 6, Virginia Tech 7th, Kansas 8th, Texas Tech 9th, Nevada 10th, Florida State 11th, Auburn 12th, Marquette 13th, Kentucky 14th, NC State, North Carolina 15th, NC State 16th, Houston 17th. This one has Houston and Buffalo tied. OU is up 1 in this one at 19th. Ole Miss is 20th, Villanova 21st, Maryland 22nd, Mississippi State 23rd, Iowa 24th, and Indiana 25th. So if Duke can beat Virginia tomorrow, I'm assuming they stay ranked 1, but if they don't, they're going to fall a little bit. But that's not meaning anything because they need to go take care of business tomorrow and get a win. There was my college top 25 poll. We're going to go ahead and now talk a little bit about the Thunder. Defense has gone from strength to weaknesses during OKC's recent slide. They